So, although you are training, it doesn't mean that what you're doing is the best or the optimal training. In terms of training itself, it's a good thing, obviously, we all know that. But that doesn't mean that you can't improve it or make it even better. Specifically, I'm referring to people who are maybe training for 2 or 3 months or even 6 months and their results are starting to slow down a bit. This is a crucial time for you to not slow down and to keep progressing and keep going up in terms of strength, muscle size, confidence, everything. So when you start out, pretty much you're like a blank canvas or like a sponge. Anything you do is going to alter your physique and you're actually going to benefit a lot at the start. But as you get stronger and stronger, these kind of things become more important, and I'm going to talk about them in this video. So the first way to make sure that your gains or your strength doesn't slow down in any way and you keep progressing as much as possible is to actually start to invest a bit in equipment that you can use. So for example, here you can see it's a resistance band. I'm going to show you how you can use that to keep improving your strength. And then here we have a set of parallettes here. So a lot of people, when they're doing press-ups, for example, they get really good at just doing press-ups on the floor. But if you want to make them harder, you need to invest in some sort of equipment like this. So you grab the handlebars, and as you can see, I can go a lot deeper into my press-up. Therefore, I'm going to build more strength and it's going to cause me to progress even more. Another way you can make a basic exercise such as the press up harder is get the band, put it around your back, and then from here the band is going to be pulling down on my back, which is going to require more strength than a regular press up. So that's the first tip, guys. If you want to keep progressing and make optimal gains and your rate of progress to be high, once you get over the beginning stage of 2 to 3 months training, invest in some equipment and I promise you, you'll keep making gains like never before. The next reason why you might have slowed down in your strength, or another way which you can ensure that you keep progressing, is to not stay within your comfort zone. So a lot of people make this mistake. They think that simply by going to do the workout that they're in the best place possible, and initially that is true. If you start to change your habits and go from someone who never works out to someone who starts to work out, then that's great, and that's good for you as well. But after 2 or 3 months or even 6 months, and you've developed the routine, you want to make sure that you're not just getting up and going to the workout like a robot. You don't want to just be doing the same thing and kind of getting it out of the way. You want to make sure that now that you've got a little bit of experience, that you start to push yourself and get out of your comfort zone with each workout, or at least every second or third workout you're trying something new. So for example, a mistake that people make is they start to do pull-ups, they get to 10 reps, or what's a good number, for example 10 reps, 15, even 20, and they don't start to train their skills. So for example, this goes on from my previous point where if you buy equipment, it will help you to keep progressing. So one thing is, for example, if you're good at pull-ups, start to train for the front lever. So you can get a band, put it around your waist like this, and then just come out into the front lever. Just like that. So that's one example of how you can boost your strength and keep progressing. Another one would be if you can do press-ups. For example, let's say I can already do 20 to 30 press-ups on the floor. Doing more than that, it might be something that you're trying to achieve. Maybe you want to do 50 in a row, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're still staying in your comfort zone to some extent because you're not doing a movement that you've never done before. So why not, for example, do something like this, so that you kick up to the handstand. So you just go like this. Yeah, so that's, for example, a way. So we talked about the front lever. Once you start getting good at pull-ups, start training for the front lever, get out of your comfort zone, and then again with the press-ups, once you start getting good at those, or dips, start doing the handstand against the wall. There's no reason for you to stay within a certain range of exercises. You've got to kind of branch out and see more, do more, and eventually be more. Because once you start to do these exercises that you've never done before, you might fail at the start, but that's where the most growth happens. So that's the second point. Make sure that you go out and do your workouts with obviously good intensity level and focus, but try out some new things that you've never done before. And even if you fail, it doesn't matter. That's actually a good sign, because it means you're pushing beyond your limit. So the third and final reason why you might have slowed down in progress, or the thing that you want to avoid, is doing too many reps. So I kind of touched on this in my last point, where I said if you're doing 20 to 30 press-ups, start to do handstand press-ups or something like that, or start training for the front lever if you can do pull-ups. I'm going to explain it a bit more in detail now. So the optimal range to build strength is 3 to 5 reps. The optimal range to build muscle size is 8 to 12 reps, and around 15 and above, for the most part, it's just going to be stamina or slow twitch muscle fibers. So the fast twitch muscle fibers are the ones that are responsible for growth, and you can train them in the lower rep ranges. So by doing 8 to 12, it's best for size. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if you're not gaining size, then doesn't mean just keep doing 8 to 12 reps, 8 to 12 reps, hoping that you're going to gain size. Because to gain size, you actually need more strength, and to gain strength, you need to do a different rep range. So this point is basically related to how you may be doing 8 to 12 reps too often, and not 3 to 5 reps enough. So, for example, if I can do 8 to 12 pull-ups here, right? So we all know what a pull-up looks like. So if I'm doing 8 to 12 pull-ups again and again and again throughout each workout, and my back is not getting bigger, and I'm not gaining more muscle, then what I would recommend is get a weighted vest, or put some sort of weights hanging from your waist, and do 3 to 5 reps with the same form. Don't change the form. So just because you're going weighted doesn't mean you start doing half reps like this. You still do exactly the same form, full range of motion as you would usually, but just do it with weight and do less reps. This is going to make you build strength, and eventually when you take that weight off, you should be able to get even more reps than you did before, or more advanced variation of that exercise, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to get at is basically training for size does have an element of strength to it as well. You shouldn't really just train for size only, because eventually you're going to have to increase your strength. So just to demonstrate this a bit better, let's say you can bench press 100 kg for 10 reps. Do you really think that you won't be able to do more than a guy who can only bench press 100 kg for 2 or 3 reps? No, because your strength is higher. The more strength you have, the more size you have, because if you can push for 3 to 5 reps at a certain weight, when you go down from that weight, you're going to be able to do more reps. Therefore, you can gain more size by having more strength. I hope that makes sense, and if you like this video or learned something new, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.